How fast can you do everything in Fantasyland? Today I am racing against the clock to do it all in Magic Kingdom's most fantastical land. Fantasyland is obviously Magic Kingdom's most popular land, so I don't know what's going to happen. Fantasyland is home to some Magic Kingdom staples, some very popular rides, snacks, treats, shows, and more. But what happens when you and your family are in a time crunch and you're trying to do as much stuff as possible? Especially a land like Fantasyland, where there is the most to do in this land than any other land in Magic Kingdom. It is officially 2 o'clock. My time begins now. Now, typically for these videos, we would rope drop because we want to do everything that we can. And rope drop is going to be your least popular time because people are still waking up. Some people want to sleep in. However, when I woke up 6:45 this morning, looked at my clock and I said, no, I will not. Not today. Fantasyland, with the addition of new Fantasyland, which I don't know if we can still call it new because it's been around for a while, but it single-handedly has the most attractions, shows, snacks, which means I've got my work cut out for me today. So I had the thought this morning and I was like, I'm not gonna rope drop. In fact, I am gonna stay in bed and I'm gonna stack my lightning lanes. Now before we get into all of that, the Genie Plus and the lightning lanes, we'll get into that in a second, I promise. But first, it's time for our very first lightning lane, Peter Pan's Flight. Peter Pan's Flight is a slow-moving dark ride where you hop in your very own pirate ship and you soar over London, off to Neverland to meet Peter Pan, mermaids, Wendy darling. Typically, Peter Pan's Flight is not only, it's a really popular attraction, but it's almost the attraction that has the highest weight other than Seven Dwarfs Mine Train in Fantasyland. Wait time is actually 70 minutes, and the ride time is literally maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. Using Lightning Lane, we waited for about 7 minutes or so, and overall it took about 15 minutes of our time. But now we have our next Lightning Lane, which is It's a Small World. It's currently a 35-minute wait. I typically don't recommend waiting for It's a Small World for 35 minutes. Typically the Lightning Lanes are next to the standby queues, but the Lightning Lane for It's a Small World is actually around to the back, to the side. It's a Small World is a slow-moving boat ride. Now, a lot of the art and the design is by Mary Blair, an awesome Imagineer. Some of her concepts, her design concepts, you would see for Cinderella, as well as you'll see a lot of it in the contemporary. But on It's a Small World, you'll hop in a boat and you'll travel around to different countries with these little small figurines that sing the same song, It's a Small World. But in each country, they are singing the same song, but they're doing their own take depending on what culture, whether it be Mexico or anything like that, and they sing in their language. They make it match their culture to say, hey, we're all singing the same song. Just a weird thing about me, every time I go on It's a Small World, I like to find all the things that need to be fixed. Just things that are just a tad broken, like, well, that's new, that needs to be fixed. Also, my one gripe with It's a Small World, I'm grateful that they try and get people through as quickly as possible, but the boat in the final room, the white room that everybody, the Unity room, I like to call it, from the second that you enter that Unity room, it is crazy backed up, which means I was in that room for an additional 5 minutes. I was in there at 2:30, and I didn't get off the boat until 2:35, so I definitely, and that should have taken 30 seconds to go through that room. 5 minutes doesn't seem like a long time, but and It's a Small World time, it's a long time. It is officially time, though, for our individual lightning lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. On the way there, I think we've got some time there just to go through Genie Plus real quick. Because I said no to rope drop and I decided to stack lightning lanes instead, that means I purchased Genie Plus. Now there are a couple different versions of Genie. The first version is a free version. It's basically a free itinerary, a suggestion board, if you will, saying, hey, try this ride at this time. This is when it's gonna have a lower wait time. The second is gonna be your most popular choice. That is Genie Plus. The reason it's the most popular is because that's your pay to skip the lines for most Disney attractions fee. Now it is a date-based fee and it changes based on how busy the park is. On busy days, we've seen it go upwards all the way to $35. Recently, they did change it. Now you can purchase it for one park or multiple parks. Because I'm at Magic Kingdom today, I just purchased it for Magic Kingdom, and it was $20 today. And finally, there's your individual lightning lane that you can actually pay an additional fee on top of your Genie Plus for your higher demand attraction. That's going to be your Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, your Flight of Passage, those high in demand attractions that's going to have your crazy wait times for that day. At 6:45, I woke up to purchase Genie Plus. You can purchase it as early as midnight the day that you are entering the park. At 7 a.m., I purchased my first Genie Plus of the day. We always recommend either doing Peter Pan's Flight or Jungle Cruise, because those are going to be the ones that book up the quickest. Because I'm doing everything Fantasyland today, I obviously purchased Peter Pan. Because I knew I had to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, I then purchased at park opening, because you can't purchase it at 7 a.m., at park opening, the individual lightning lane for a Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. We got 2 minutes until our Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It looks like it is about time. Oh, they've got a little rope area for the lightning lane. Wait, is it close? Wait, is it? Oh my gosh, get out. It just went down. Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do some things to kill some time, do some of the smaller attractions, maybe see a show, maybe a 3D attraction. Now, typically, when you purchase a lightning lane or an individual lightning lane and the ride goes down, you will receive a redemption pass. I just checked with a cast member, and in case you don't see a redemption, but that lightning lane is still there and the ride is closed and the time doesn't change, it still works throughout the day, even though you don't see a time change, you don't see a redemption, but you can only use it for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. For now, I think it's time to ride some carousel action. This is a walk-on attraction. It's perfect for families. Now, depending on park capacity, how busy it is, and maybe sometimes early in the morning or late at night, but you can find different characters riding the carousel, different princesses. It's a really cool time. It doesn't typically happen during crazy peak times because it would be complete chaos. Everybody would want a picture, but it is a really cool magical moment if you see a princess riding a carousel. Typically, I like going on an outside horse because, oh, you know what? I like this one. This one, he's got something to say. And he's got a lion. It's fierce. I love it. Easy there. I shall call you Stuart, and we shall ride till dawn. Now, we're going to have to be very careful about how we do this day because not everything in Fantasyland is open all day. From park open to park close. Some things open late and close early. We got places to be. After getting off the carousel, this is perfect. But this is the Sword in the Stone photo op where you can pull Excalibur from the stone. This is from obviously the movie The Sword in the Stone, where young King Arthur pulls the sword and becomes the king. All right, is it okay if I try and pull the sword? Sure. Yeah? I was not the chosen one. Have you ever been the chosen one? Let me know, because I'm jealous. Now, if you're at the back of the castle, if you hang left, go down the ramp, you'll find Cinderella Wishing Well. This is an awesome photo spot. We take lots of pictures here. Obviously, you can tell they've already got their photo game on. They're doing well. There's a lot of great details on the wishing well itself. All the coins that are collected, like at the bottom of the wishing well, as well as the coins that are collected through many of the fountains here on Walt Disney World property, they're donated to different charities. All right, I have to make a wish here. Wishing well. I wish that if you're new to this channel, you'll like and subscribe. I'm sorry for that awful, awful plug. I just realized what I was standing in front of, and I looked at the schedule, and I am literally, at the time of filming, like 3 days early. 3 days early. But this, right across from Starlight Cafe, this is formerly Merida's meet and greet. Now this is gonna be Mirabelle's meet and greet. Expect it to be busy. People are super excited about this. Mirabelle is coming. You can kind of see some of the picture frames. They've got family portraits up of the family madrigal. So expect things to be busy. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, Mirabelle's going to be here. So I can't really do anything except welcome to the family madrigal, the home of the family madrigal. Adios. I did something here. Perfect. Also, just so you guys know, restrooms right here between Cheshire Cafe and the new Mirabelle meet and greet. But we're gonna do Cheshire Cafe. This is probably our first snack location we're gonna hit up. Now this is home to the fan favorite Cheshire Cattail, which is gonna be your sweet pastry. I am not a sweet pastry person in general, but I know Emma really does love it. So my first snack of the day is the pepper jack pretzel from the Cheshire Cafe. It's fine. The pretzel casing is a little tough. Makes me think it's a little stale. It's just very, very slight kick, like right in the back of your throat, but it's not super spicy. So I wouldn't say people who are afraid of heat, it's not a big deal, but just a tight twitch in the back of my throat I'm feeling right now. Other than that, it's fine. I recommend if you're wanting to get a stuffed pretzel, go to the lunching pad, get the sweet cream cheese pretzel. Much better. Oh my gosh, it's still down. This Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is still down. All right, okay, it's okay. Don't panic. While we're in this location, let's hit up Mad Tea Party. Standby's 5 minutes. That's typically what you're gonna find, a 5-minute wait. Except on very busy days, I have seen it go, to the 20-25 minute wait. A Mad Tea Party is a teacup style attraction where you get in your own teacup and you have a little metal disc in the middle that the faster you turn it, the faster you spin. Like that, for example. This ride is really a choose your own adventure, which means you can, just smooth sailing on by, or you can have a wild ride. Now, these teacups are smaller than they appear. For example, when Quincy, Emma, and I had our perfect day here, we got in the Mad Tea Party, and it was definitely too much leg.
The faster you turn it, the faster it spins. Well, it seems our party is about to begin.
So I did luck out. I happened to get teacup number 11, which cast members say is the fastest teacup. And I took it easy. I didn't actually, because I was just curious. I had a theory. I thought, what if, hear me out, what if I didn't do anything on teacup number 11? Would it still spin me around? Because, if it spins faster, that means maybe like something is just, it's easier to turn. In fact, it spun me around without having to, which I think it might confirm that it is the quickest teacup out there. I'm getting in line to meet Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. This is the shortest I have seen the wait. Tigger and Pooh don't actually meet all day. Currently, they're only meeting at 6:15, so if you want to see Tigger and Pooh, make sure to check beforehand when they are done for the day. Probably from where I am right now, I would say it's about a 15-20 minute wait. Hi. So I basically was Christopher Robin growing up as a kid, so thank you so much for the memories, you guys. Mwah, thank you. All right, we just scanned in for our lightning lane for the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Here's what I want to say. That took a little over 40 minutes. Never underestimate character meet and greet lines. Here's a fun tip. During the summer, lines for characters are probably going to take longer even though they look shorter. For example, characters need to take more breaks during the summertime because it's hot and they need to go cool off and drink water with Eeyore. The reason it took that long is because Pooh and Tigger left 4 times to, I don't know, go on adventures or help Eeyore put his house back together, calm down Piglet from getting scared. But they left 4 times, which is definitely, and they're gone for about 5 minutes. That definitely adds some time to the wait. But I do have good news. It does look like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is back open. So thank goodness. We're gonna do Winnie the Pooh, and then we're gonna do Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and we're gonna keep on rocking through the list. Oh, this is taking way longer than I anticipated. This is a lot harder than my Adventureland, do everything. Check out the video where I do everything in Adventureland as quickly as I can. But I knew this was gonna take me way longer because there's so much more to do in Fantasyland. And of course, as many attractions do in Walt Disney World, it ends in a gift shop, and that's the 100 Acre Goods. This is where you're gonna find all of your Winnie the Pooh merchandise, some cute, Well, that's adorable. Oh, and I've got a child now, so just the cutest. Anyway, moving on. I did just try and make a lightning lane for Enchanted Tales with Belle. Awesome, thank you. Look at that lightning lane line. Uh-oh. Everybody's trying to redeem it. That is something that you do run into. So I did just check the My Disney Experience app just to book the next Lightning Lane. It looks like Enchanted Tales with Belle. The standby isn't open, and there's no more Lightning Lane available, or it's not being offered at this time, which means it's currently down. Now, Enchanted Tales with Belle is actually live entertainment. It's not a ride. It does involve live performers, which means when those things go down, that means there's a chance of it not coming back up today, which is making me nervous. But in the meantime, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is a roller coaster. You hop into a mine cart and you tour through the Seven Dwarfs mines. They're mining for some jewels. Hi-ho, off to work we go. The minecart does rock back and forth. That's something that's interesting and special about this specific ride vehicle. But as far as roller coasters go, it is more on the family-friendly side. Definitely a smooth coaster, all the way. Hold on. Enchanted Tales with Belle says it's 5 minutes. That means it must have just reopened. Okay, here we go. Typically when something goes down for a longer amount of time, when it goes back up, obviously, it tends to be a walk-on, so if you can time it right, that's awesome, but good luck with that timing. All right, I love it. Stand by, let's go. 5 minutes, here we go. Enchanted Tales with Belle, where you literally arrive in Belle's cottage and you step through this magic mirror. The mirror opens up a portal that enters you, that takes you back in time to when Belle and Beast first met and fell in love. And then the wardrobe appears and you're sorted out into different roles, and basically you are retelling the story of Beauty and the Beast for Belle. The Friar's Nook is in Fantasyland, and this is where you're going to find, for me anyway, this is the tots spot. Yeah, I'm coining that phrase. It's where you're going to find your macaroni and cheese tots, and they also have a great breakfast option that only goes until 11. All right, we have to walk, talk, and eat. So I got the creamy bacon macaroni and cheese tots, which is basically tater tots covered in bacon, some sour cream and chives. And then all of that hides a layer of macaroni and cheese. It is just fried feel-goodness. Yeah, that's what I'll say. It's fried feel-goodness. It is definitely extremely heavy because it's literally just tater tots and mac and cheese and bacon. But when I was a kid, this was the snack of my dreams. So we're good. We found it. This is it. Oh, I don't think I have a choice. Before I ride Little Mermaid, I think I'm going to have to get something from Prince Eric's Village Market. And this is where you can find your turkey leg, your jumbo pretzels, and your frozen Coke. It is only open until 6 o'clock. It's only a little bit after 5, but I feel like just in case something goes terribly wrong in Little Mermaid, I need to get a frozen Coke. If you've been following for a while, Em and I are big fans of the frozen Coke. I don't like the paper straws. I'm all about saving the planet. But I think I just need to start bringing a metal straw or something. I think frozen Cokes are a great way to cool down the body. Simple guy with simple needs. Finally, Little Mermaid. Lightning Lane. Went too far. Hi. Under the Sea Adventures of the Little Mermaid is a slow-moving dark ride where you board a clamshell and you are taken through a retelling of the classic Disney movie, The Little Mermaid. You know, fun fact, I recently just watched the live-action Little Mermaid because it was available on Disney+. And I wasn't mad at it. I actually really enjoyed it. And if you know me, I love villains, and I thought Melissa McCarthy was a treasure. All right, I'm in Storybook Circus. I'm at Big Top Souvenirs. We're gonna start knocking these out of the way because I'm clearly I'm enjoying my time too much, and I should be, you know, like this is a race against the clock. What am I doing? Welcome to Big Top Souvenirs. This is gonna be where you find all of your merch needs as well as Big Top Treats, which has your Goofy Glaciers, and you can also find your cased treats as well, like the caramel apples, your Rice Krispie treats, your marshmallows. But it's really gonna be your generic Disney items. All right, you're probably supposed to pick something out here. What am I gonna pick out for myself? I see a mug. Oh my gosh, I love. that is just delightful. All right, Dumbo's a 5-minute wait. That might be the lowest we get today. I have not seen it that low all day. It's been around 20, 25 all day, so I think now's the time to quickly hop in line. Struck while the iron's hot. It is definitely family friendly, and it is a Disney classic. And you actually control how high Dumbo goes. There's a little lever, and you can make him go high or low depending, on your adventure, how you want to operate. They're actually called flat rides, which I think it's funny because there's nothing flat about them. They go high in the air.
Higher, hold the lever and do not let go. Hold and do not let go.
Yeah. All right. We're all flying high, kids. What are you doing here? What are you wearing? What are you drinking? What are you wearing?
Not tell.
Who are you wearing?
Well, this is Amazon.
Amazon.
AllEars style.
Lovely.
OOTD.
Outfit of the day. OOTD.
Peter Pan. I'm Tinkerbell.
Oh, cute. Is that the outfit I got, Kermie?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Friendship.
Friendship.
What are you drinking?
Watermelon slushy. Energy bites.
Energy bites.
Actually, this is the one good thing there. Yeah.
I like the dumplings, but are they gone?
They're gone.
They're gone.
They're not good.
Yeah.
So they're gone.
How dare you? This is where I need Morgan Freeman to show up and be like, it was at that moment he realized he should have rope dropped instead of stacking lightning lanes and waiting until the rest of the day to do all of this. Okay, all right, we gotta move quickly. This is just not my day, you guys. This video, off camera, I just talked to Emma and Fry, and they're like, Magic Kingdom is broken today, and I concur, because everything is shutting down. Pete's Silly Sideshow just shut down, and that should be open way longer than it is, so I'm confused what's happening. Same thing with Ariel's Grotto, that closed down. It's like they don't have, it's like all the live entertainment just quit. So, and now I'm here to get wet at Casey Jr., and they just turned off the water. Just not my day. It's 5:40. It's not supposed to be turned off yet. All right. Instead of getting wet, which is what I was supposed to do, I'll tell you a cool fun fact about Casey Jr. So Casey Jr. Splash Pad is an area where typically you can run around and get wet and be splashed by these animals. Definitely a great place for the kiddos to hop around for a second. But what is very cool is on all of these train carts, I guess, is a number. And each of these numbers represent a different park that opened. So the year, I suppose. So 71, that's obviously Magic Kingdom. 82, that would be Epcot. 89, which would be Hollywood Studios. And then 98, Animal Kingdom. There it is. I'm really hoping that Pete's Silly Sideshow, which is a meet and greet, still down. Yeah, they're closing early today, which is a bummer. They say they don't typically close this early, but they're closing early today for some reason. Not quite sure why. We're gonna go to the Storybook Circus tent, I suppose. And this is kind of the quiet spot of Storybook Circus. Lots of lounging areas, lots of outlets for you to recharge your devices, as well as recharge your body. It's totally shaded. It's definitely cool. There's a little water fountain over there. All right, I chatted with the cast member for a while, and eventually he told me, because he was being nice, it's closed for a special event. Cartography, Disney Vacation Club. If you want to sign up for it, you can do so here. I can't really sign up for Vacation Club. I don't have that kind of money on me right now. So we're gonna skip it, and we're gonna move forward to Beauty and the Beast area of New Fantasyland. This is the section of the video where we're gonna get into a lot of food and snacks and things like that. And I obviously, there's no way I can eat all the food and snacks here without having an issue. So, some of these food snacks places, I get to do an activity, so that'll be fun. Maurice's Amazing Popping Machine is a popcorn stand right outside of Gaston's Tavern, obviously based off of Maurice's, Belle's father, machine that he had in Beauty and the Beast. This is where you can buy popcorn, pretzels, your typical ice cream bars. I'm gonna get a Smart Water because I'm thirsty, and friends don't let friends drink Dasani. All right, let's quickly head into Bonjour Village Gifts. This again is probably another eclectic store. There are definitely some Beauty and the Beast themed merchandise items in here, like our Gaston ornament, this beautiful stained glass window. This is called It's Delicious. Yes, Chip. Yes, it is. Now over at Gaston's Tavern, first off, bunch of antlers, because Gaston uses antlers in all of his decorating. But also, that's where you're going to find LeFou's Brew, as well as the giant cinnamon roll, the ooey gooey cinnamon roll that the team raves about. Now, I did happen to try LeFou's Brew for the first time. For a while, it was always said that LeFou's Brew was Disney's response to Universal's Butterbeer. As much as I'm a Disney person, I hard disagree. LeFou's Brew tasted just like it was like a cider. It was like a frozen apple cider with a sour foam on top. So for my activity here at LeFou's Brew, I just had to listen to the song that was playing, because they often play background music from Beauty and the Beast, but also from the Broadway. They're playing me from Beauty and the Beast, the Broadway production. So, Belle, what'll it be? Is it yes or is it oh yes? No thanks. I just don't deserve you. Who does? And this is Be Our Guest, a table service restaurant with a high quality theming inside. Now, the Be Our Guest table service restaurant is typically our least recommended table service. It's typically go once for the theming, just because it is really cool, it's gorgeous, but don't expect an insane amount of high quality food. According to my cheat sheet here, it says that my task at Be Our Guest is to explain all three rooms. The first room is the main ballroom. Remember in the movie when Mrs. Potts sings "Tale as Old as Time," and the Belle is wearing her beautiful gold dress, and the Beast is all dressed up, and they're waltzing? That's the main ballroom. That's the scene. You see the cherubs up on the ceiling. Got the snow falling on the windows. It's absolutely gorgeous. I would say it is truly the chandelier. It's a absolutely stunning room. However, it can get really loud because of the high ceilings. It becomes a little cafeteria-y, but in noise levels, but it is beautiful, just gorgeous. And then there is the West Wing, and that is the dark area. It's pretty hard to see your food, but it is creepy, it is very cool. And every once in a while you can see a petal fall. There's a moment, where there's thunder, and you can see the claw marks on the prince that turns into the Beast. It's very cool. This is where I would typically sit, because I think it's just fun in there. And then there's the Rose Gallery, and that's going to be your standard table service, like with light theming to Beauty and the Beast. The music is reminiscent of a music box. It's very light, it's very subtle, but just basic theming. Folks, I'm sad. I did check with the cast member, and it looks like Ariel's Grotto is closed for the evening as well, which means, I don't know. We got a lot of things closing early. This is a very strange video. It'll be up to you to tell me if you think I need to do this all over again until everything opens, and I'll do the rope dropping strategy next time. I really thought stacking lightning lanes would work. So far, 2 meet and greets have closed way earlier than anticipated. So. All right, the Pinocchio Village House Restaurant. This is going to be a quick service restaurant that will have your really, really basic food. We do not always recommend it. It's open at 10:30 and goes until 9 p.m. But they're going to have your pizza, your chicken strips, super duper simple things. There are some redeeming qualities about Pinocchio Village House. For example, as you saw on It's a Small World, there are these windows right before you enter the first tunnel. That's basically, you can sit right next to It's a Small World and watch the boats go by. That's super cool, always awesome. There is a second floor that is typically pretty empty. Just like Columbia Harbor House, Columbia Harbor House tends to have better food. But, look at this. Empty. Quiet. Very relaxing. Also, with some side stairs, if you want to avoid the indoors altogether. Now over here, there is a little book. The blue fairy says, you deserve to have your wish come true. And then you can write and you can share your wish, which is just adorable. Let's write one. Be warned, I do have the handwriting of a 4-year-old. I wish that all my friends and family find happiness. Sage. Also like and subscribe. While we're in this area, so we don't ever have to come back this way in Fantasyland, because we're on a mission now. We've been on a mission, but clearly I was taking up too much time by enjoying myself. Silly me. We got the Rapunzel bathrooms. The Rapunzel bathrooms are just a really cool photo op. They also serve a purpose for, the bathroom purpose. There's some other charging ports here by these stumps. I have to do my task here, which is look for friends of Pascal in the scenery, hidden among the flowers and the greenery. It said to find a Pascal, didn't say to find all. I don't think I have the time to find all of them. Underneath the middle flower pot, like flower ledge thing, it's a little white one hiding behind the flowers. And there's another one over there with his eyes looking right at me. Delightful. All right. Also, before I get too far, I don't think they're going to be out for the rest of the day, but found entertainment is also important. Now, found entertainment is basically where there is entertainment and it just happens upon you. You found it. Found entertainment in Fantasyland would be the stepsisters, Anastasia and Drizella, have a meet and greet spot currently, but it does happen to change in Rome. Peter Pan, you can see him roaming around, but he does currently have a meet and greet spot, but they pop up all over the place, so you never know where you're going to find them. As well as some really unique moments that we've seen lately, like at the very end of the night, we have seen Cinderella and some of the princesses from Fairytale Hall come out and watch the fireworks, watch Happily Ever After with some of the guests. They sit down on the floor and they watch. It's pretty incredible. What a magical moment. That's found entertainment. So if you see some, great. If not, I just wanted to point it out because live entertainment's important. I've been in Fantasyland for so long, I literally saw the other side of the castle and was like, oh, Main Street. I remember that place. But while I'm here, I just realized I didn't even talk about the castle. Cinderella Castle was the biggest castle in all of the world until Shanghai one-upped us. The castle is where you're going to see the fireworks. There's a suite in there. There's a full-on restaurant in there. In front of the castle, there's a whole castle stage. That's where they're going to do the castle shows. When they're not prepping for a castle show, you can actually walk right through the castle. It's not as cool as Disneyland, where there's a full-themed Sleeping Beauty walkthrough. But there are some pretty fantastic murals. Now, my task was to find Quincy's favorite mural. And I'm pretty sure she made us do a friendship test the other day. She's like, which one's my favorite one? This one. The happy ending, the shoe on the foot. Cinderella's Royal Table is actually a table service restaurant literally inside the castle, and it is where you can meet some of your favorite princess characters. Now, they do have reservations for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and if you're interested in this table service, because it is inside the castle, it is definitely a coveted reservation, so I would book it as soon as it becomes available. Who is coming up with these tasks? I just read the sheet, and it says, your task for Cinderella's Royal Table is show us how you would greet Cinderella if she walked up to you while you were eating. And my initial response is, horror, because I always feel just terrified to know that princesses are going to show up with my mouth full. So it's just pretend. We'll just pretend, and I'll say, "Why, hello, Your Majesty. My name is Prince Starkey. I would provide to your kingdom riches and entertainment, love and laughter. I would love to rule this kingdom together, just as friends." And then she would say yes. And then we'd live happily ever after as friends. I like it. Next up is Sir Mickey's. Sir Mickey's is a merchandise location right at the beginning of Fantasyland. And this is actually where you're gonna find lots of costumes. We got some Encanto merch happening. I love it. Wait a minute. That's every time to shine. I love this. I might need to get this. Luckily, my task in here was to pick something out because my friends know better than to put pixie dust on my list. You can also get pixie dust in here where a cast member waves a magical wand and glitter falls down, and then you're glitter bomb for the rest of the day. I'm actually gonna buy this, but this is what I'm picking out. I love this jersey. And finally, wrapping up the front of Fantasyland, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Again, something I cannot do. But Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is where your young one can either get a full makeover and become a princess, or become a prince. Pretty cool and unique experience. So they basically start over here in this little cottage-looking area. You check in. You get to, pick out an outfit. You basically go shopping, and then they take you inside the castle to get a full makeover. It's a lot of fun, and it definitely gives you that Disney feeling for the rest of the day, if you know what I'm talking about. Whoever made this list, I'm coming for you. Sing near Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique your favorite princess song. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dream you will lose your heartaches. Whatever you wish for, you keep. Have faith in your dream, and someday your rainbow will come shining through. No matter how your heart is tripping, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. A dream that you wish will come true. That was my lullaby today, because I am melancholy? I don't know. Am I melancholy? Felt right though. All right, my task is done. I totally forgot I have a lightning lane for Fairytale Hall to meet Tiana, so we can cross that off the list.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Well, I'm great. I'm having the best day ever, of course.
Yes?
Later this evening, Fang is putting on a new puppet show at the Snuggly Duckling.
That's awesome.
It's gonna be incredible. And Pascal even has his own special part in it now, too.
I love it.
He's a little nervous, but I think he's going to be a star.
A star.
You'll have to come join us.
I will.
And there'll be plenty of cupcakes, too, of course.
I was actually wondering if you could rate my smolder. 1 to 10. Rate my smolder. Ready? Here we go.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's a really good shoulder.
Nice.
I'm going to give it a 10.
Yes! All right, that's a win.
I think it's
And Fire, the dress is looking amazing. This is incredible. Yeah, that's right. Look, I'll be real honest. I don't always feel the most confident by myself doing meet and greets. But the characters always do an amazing job. And I recommend if you have any issues like talking to a character, especially if you're with a smaller party, you're like, I'm not quite sure how to approach this. Maybe come up with like something fun or like a fun question that's obviously appropriate. I knew I was meeting Rapunzel and Tiana, so I was like, I want to talk to Tiana about food. We talked about beignets, and I want to show Rapunzel my smolder. Done, super easy, but I love it. So great. This is Storybook Treats Ice Cream. This is where you're gonna find your soft serve. I am just gonna get a soft serve real quick. But currently they are serving the Rapunzel Sundae, which is a shortcake with Dole Whip, lemon, and wild berry soft serve topped with berry compote and sugar flowers, the Aurora cone, or just a typical soft serve. Don't get me wrong, I am always a fan of specialty cones, especially the Aurora cone, because I love a good strawberry flavored thing. Reminds me of being a kid, like the strawberry milk. But especially when it's so hot, it's really hard to get a cone and eat it and take pictures of it and really enjoy it. So a float is the next best thing. It's one of my favorite things because I love root beer. But yeah, not bad. All right, PhilharMagic, here we come. We're almost done. PhilharMagic is a 3D, or I suppose a 4D show. We're making the gang instead of a full orchestra. They're about to put on a performance for you, but the curtain opens just a tad early and Donald starts to cause some chaos. And you're taken through some of your favorite Disney stories like Aladdin, Fantasia, and even Coco. All the songs are super catchy. It's fun to sit in there. It's great AC. There are some air and water effects, as well as an animatronic at one point, which is pretty cool. All right, after you've returned your glasses, we're gonna head into the PhilharMagic gift shop. Lots of hats, obviously. Great place to sell Sorcerer Mickey's hats because PhilharMagic is all about Sorcerer Mickey. And don't forget, if you get a discount, like an annual pass holder discount or a cast member discount, if you buy water from merchandise locations, you get a discount. But if you buy water or Coke or anything like that from non-merchandise location, no discount. So, boom. Now I know I did today a little bit differently because I stacked lightning lanes and waited to come to the park a little bit later. But entertainment is truly a midday thing. You want to obviously get all of your rides done during rope drop. You want to do all of your must-do things at the beginning of the day and then later on in the day. And when it's super hot outside, the crowds are at their peak level at the middle of the day, that's when you're going to want to hit your entertainment, see the 3D shows, see the live entertainment, get some of those good snacks in, and enjoy your day. We are headed back to Storybook Circus for our final 2. We got 2 more. I actually don't think doing those 2 meet and greets would have changed too much about our time. They may have added maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes, both of those meet and greets, because I would have used my lightning lane for that. And the lightning lanes, it wasn't booked up super late, so it wasn't like a lightning lane in 3 hours. It was a lightning lane within 10 minutes of the current time. But it's time for the Barnstormer, featuring the great Goofini. The Barnstormer is your starting kit of a roller coaster. This, if you have young ones who have never done roller coasters before, this would be the first one I would take them on. It's the way to, it's the introduction to thrill roller coasters. Now the line actually did say it was 25 minutes, so I did have a lightning lane available, and I am using it because it's the last thing I have to do today. So that's nice. Now, are you always gonna need lightning lane for the Barnstormer? Absolutely not. But if you got it, flaunt it. I've got a wing above me. That is definitely something to make sure everybody is aware of. If you're a taller man, as one would call myself, it's not super comfortable. It just isn't. The seats are super hard and plastic, and it's a little cramped in there, which means you're. I just take my word for it. A starter roller coaster for kids, for sure. But for adults, a trip to the chiropractor. We are so close. We're almost done. All we have left. I messed up today. The last train departed 14 minutes ago. This was clearly not my day. I took a risk. I said, you know what? I'm gonna sleep in because I wasn't feeling awesome. I'm 100%. I'm gonna wait until I feel better. Then I'm gonna start lightning lanes. Start stacking them. Time was on my side. I was having a great time. And then all of a sudden, things started closing down without my permission. So that, if anything, is a huge takeaway from today's video. Is that just because the park is open does not mean everything is going to stay open until park closing. It just isn't. A lot of it might even open later than park opening. So please, I urge you to check the times. I had too much fun today, that was the issue. And I didn't stick to my strategy. But sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to have a little bit more fun, to not totally look at your list that you need to do, and surprise yourself. Spend longer than an area than you would have. Because the whole point of coming to Disney World is to enjoy yourself and have fun. And if you're just on a crazy strict schedule, you're racing against a clock, that clock being park hours, then you're probably not doing it right. So while today's video wasn't super successful, hopefully this video will make your trip more successful. I wish that if you're new to this channel, you'll like and subscribe. Ugh. Oh, I hated that.